Chocolate alters brain chemistry and creates a pleasant mood. Caffeine is in chocolate and is the most commonly used mood altering drug in the world. So, chocolate is a drug, and drugs are affiliated with the desires of Satan. Dr. Dale A. Robinson said, drugs and potions have traditionally been used in witchcraft and satanic rituals to induce deeper subconscious states which enable persons to have fellowship and communication with demons. Realizing the satanic relationship with drug use helps us to understand why abusers of drugs experience such bondage and depravity. Nowhere in the Bible or in history have drugs been used to bring people closer to God. They have always been used in relation to bringing people closer to evil powers and demonic influences. There are many doorways of demonic activity. Addiction is one of them. These addictions include alcoholism, drugs, cigarettes, and even chocolate. According to Gwen Slaughter, chocolate is made from the seeds of the tropical fruit Theobroma cacao. Theobroma is the Greek term for food of the gods, and that's gods with a lowercase g. In Aztec society, chocolate was a food of the gods, reserved for priests, warriors, and nobility. The beverage they made with it was a sacred concoction that was associated with fertility and wisdom, serpent wisdom. The bitter drink was first introduced in Europe in 1528. However, it was not until 1876 that milk, cocoa powder, and cocoa butter were combined to form what we now know as chocolate. Today, production and consumption of chocolate is a global affair. People crave chocolate more than any other food. And what makes chocolate the food that is craved more often than any other food? Chocolate is made up of chemicals associated with mood, emotion, and addiction. Many people eat chocolate as a comfort food when they are depressed or stressed. At www.allchocolate.com, chocolate plays a part in Mayan religion. The Mayans' sacred book contains the story of creation, and instead of an apple tree, remember the Bible story of Eve and the serpent, there's a cacao tree. Cocoa is what the bean is called after it has been processed. In the U.S., cacao is often referred to simply as cocoa. In this myth, of the cacao tree, immortal ball-playing twins are beheaded by the gods of death. One has his head hung on a cacao tree. The magical head manages to mate with a woman who becomes the mother of twin gods. These two defeat the gods of death and then end up in the sky as the sun and the moon. Now, this myth has Satan written all over it, and is similar to the Osiris, Isis, and Horus myth created by Satan and the fallen angels. Isis was impregnated by having intercourse with the severed penis of the dead Osiris. This myth reeks of evil and is a mockery of Jesus' virgin birth. The Toltecs also saw cacao as a divine gift, believing the god Quetzalcoatl, which means feathered serpent, another Satan-inspired deity, had given the bean to men and taught them how to cultivate it. It is said that the Quetzalcoatl descended to earth by the rays of a morning star. Remind you of Lucifer? The Mayans and the Aztecs believed that Quetzalcoatl was the god who, in the mountain, Quetzalcoatl and the gods discovered cacao, and this was given to the people following their creation. Now, in Greek mythology, Zeus exiled the Titans who had fought against him into the Tartarus. So these Titans were cast into Tartarus. This copies the story of God and the 2/3 good angels casting Lucifer and the 1/3 bad angels out of heaven. You can see this depicted in the 2011 film Immortals. So they believe that, remember that the Mayans believed that the gods found cocoa within a mountain. Tartarus was used as a prison for the worst of villains. It is the deep, gloomy place of a pit or an abyss, according to Wikipedia. So Tartarus is hell. And on Wikipedia, in the book of Enoch, Mount Hermon is the place where the Watchers, a class of fallen angels, descended to earth. They swore upon the mountain that they would take wives among the daughters of men. And the mountain summit is the place where Baal, Satan, has his kingdom. Okay? So the fallen angels who beget the Nephilim were cast into Tartarus afterwards. And the mountain is where the 2,000 angels who had fallen made their pact. They swore an oath to rebel against God and have sex with human women. And the summit of this mountain is the palace of Satan. And according to the book of Enoch, then the 200 watchers for their crime were bound in the valley of the earth in Tartarus till the day of their judgment. So the mountain was where the fallen angels made a pact to rebel against God. Okay? Do we really want to consume gifts given to us by fallen angels awaiting final judgment? Chocolate was one of these gifts. Weapons and makeup were others.